Welcome to our favorite segment here on your longest running business and lifestyle TV magazine show, Places. I'm Dave Mansayak, and right now we are truly having an artisanal experience here at Soma Artisan Cafe at the third floor of the Medical City Hospital. With the calmness that coffee brings comes the comfort and the endearing company of no less than the owners themselves. They are experts of the heart, mind you. Find out more.
Soma Café is located at the third floor of the Medical City Hospital in Ortigas area. Although there are quite a few coffee shops in hospitals nowadays, there is a story behind Soma Café that you will find interesting and, well, actually heartwarming. We caught up with two of the doctors behind Soma Café, Doctors Eugene Ramos and Raymond Munoz, both cardiologists of the Medical City, who narrated to us how Soma Café came to be.
This place where Soma is used to be occupied by another coffee shop, Bono, and it was an area where we would hang around. All the cardiologists. Cardiologists are here, at least, are really coffee drinkers. We love coffee. And so when sometime in October, I think, the baristas, one of the baristas behind me, approached me that unfortunately Bono was going to close. And I said, wow, that's going to be a problem. I hope that whoever took over would have coffee as well, because we love Bono coffee. Unfortunately, I thought they were just kidding. Unfortunately, it happened. And so the barista came again and said, Doc, you know, you might want to hire us because and invest on coffee, because apparently your group, you have been here for the coffee. To make the long story short, I kind of just talked aloud among my team, and about 7 of us said, yeah, let's go for it. And so we just decided, we pitched in money, and took a while because of the legal things. You have to apply and you have to all these things. We got a lawyer to handle that, and then everyone started putting in new ideas and all these things, where to source the coffee and what sort of story we have for coffee. I, for one, I have been talking about the benefits of coffee, and so there we are. December 15, we opened, and again, so we have a better place now where almost all the cardiologists of Medical City come regularly, either in the morning or late at night. And so we love coffee, and that's the reason why we are here.
Being a doctor, part of being a doctor is coffee, no? Parang if you cut our artery, black na ilalabas yan. Literally, we live by coffee, no? That's how we get about our rounds, that's how we get about our duties. We really rely on coffee to get our job done, basically. So that's why we want a certain strength or flavor of a kind of coffee that really has a kick, to get us going around.
7 medical doctors, cardiologists in particular, who share not only a profession they take pride in, but also a passion for good coffee, got together to put up this cafe. Their passion for coffee goes beyond the ordinary, as Dr. Ramos will tell you.
I really started going into coffee because I'm a heavy coffee drinker.
Lest this taken out of context, Dr. Ramos is quick to say that there are benefits of good coffee, but there is also the not so good side to it.
Okay, first, if you are not habituated to coffee, you don't start drinking a lot of coffee immediately, because your body is going to react negatively. As far as a coffee drinker is concerned, we don't want you to go beyond 5 cups because of the caffeine effects. The good effect, the perking up is because of the caffeine. The good effects is basically because of the polyphenols, your antioxidants there. The bad effects again would be, if you're using unfiltered coffee, boiled coffee. You see a film of oil on top, no? That's the bad part of coffee. So we would prefer that the coffee is filtered. You do filtering, no? So that's a good thing. Don't go beyond 5. And if you're not used to coffee, don't load yourself up with coffee, because you're gonna have palpitations.
When the group was just starting, agreeing on a name for any store is always a tricky one. After several names were rejected by the concerned government agency, they researched and found the word Soma, which takes its roots from the word somatic, and as explained by a sign on the wall, refers to an elixir found in India that served to perk up the people. While it did not ring a bell in the beginning, the name now resonates among coffee drinkers. What they have is good old brewed coffee and artisanal coffee.
Actually, the concept of the Soma, since we are all doctors, when we came up with the business, we were thinking, what should we offer? There coffee shops nowadays are parang dime a dozen, so there are so many coffee shops. What can we offer differently? So we brainstormed. We thought of what our common interest, which is medicine and coffee. So if you notice, our coffee shop is more or less a vintage. It's an apothecary. Our team is an apothecary, which is an old pharmacy. Yeah, which is back in the day, our pharmacists make their own medicines. No, unlike now the pharmaceuticals. Before, the pharmacists can make you one. So that's our concept. So medicine themed na coffee.
While Dr. Ramos and some other coffee drinkers prefer the regular brewed coffee, many others prefer artisanal coffee. The group even came up with original coffee names like the Flask of Tranquility, Serum of Rejuvenation, Flask of Hysteria, Vial of Warmth, Imperial Potion, Brew of the Alchemist, and Elixir of Enigma.
Actually, with the right coffee beans, kasi you'll never go wrong. No? So a good cup of coffee, whatever spice or ingredients you put in, if you don't have a good coffee base, the drink will not do it justice. So that's what we tried different coffee varieties like Arabica, Robusta. So far, the Liberica, the Philippine Barako, that's the best so far for us. The coffee base, the strength is there, the flavor is there. It's not too overpowering. It's not acidic. So, it tastes it suits our taste.
Soma did not start out as a money-making venture. It came about because 7 doctors realized that their comfort zone, where they can enjoy good coffee and good company, was shutting down. It did not take much to convince the 7 friends to pitch in to reopen this coffee shop. And look where they are now. We asked Dr. Ramos how the cafe was doing.
In fact, this is doing so much better than Bono. And it's basically because the doctors would come. And now that we are here most of the time, they would come here. We can have discussions here, and so because of the fact that we are the ones driving it, there is the need to us to be here most of the time. So I think that has an attracting effect because we have a lot of friends.
With just a few months into operation, the friends are kidding each other about expanding so soon.
And we just wanted a place where we could have our coffee, and at least it can be self-liquidating. It can sustain itself. But then suddenly, the response has been so tremendous that now we're talking. Maybe we should start going in other branches of the medical city. But we said no. Maybe let's stay here for a while.
Although the idea has come up, the 7 owners know the dangers of spreading themselves too thinly in such a short span of time. Besides, they are having such a great time here.
We don't really look at this as a business. We are working here, and we spend a lot of time here. I spend my whole day here, going to the clinic, seeing patients, going to the office, meeting people. When you meet people, you have coffee, right? And instead of having it in the office, something in the conference room, we come here, and then so it's fully integrated into our way of life here.
Opened without any business plan or even a menu to speak of, Soma has flourished well in just a few months of operation. Doctors, hospital guests, families of patients, and even student doctors have made this place their favorite hangout.
There's a medical school beside the medical city. So for their students, they hold small lectures here. There's small gatherings. We have the LCDs to get the. Yes, we have the dividers so they can have their privacy. So there's no disturbance whenever a doctor teaches the students, so they can have the full attention of the doctor.
They have wisely kept the menu at Soma simple. There are limitations imposed by the place, so this cafe cannot be transformed into a restaurant. Food served here has to be quick and simple, like pastas, sandwiches, cakes, and pastries.
Our potions are our best sellers, the healer's potions. There are, I think, 7. My personal favorite is the flask of hysteria. It's double. It's concentrated espresso with cocoa. And the imperial potion, they have the honey, the espresso, and the sesame seeds which we cook, and we really take time in preparing our coffee. That's what makes it artisan.
That's for the brew. For their light repasts, Dr. Munoz tells us more about them.
Our best sellers are the pastas and the panini. We have our commissary. We have limitations here because this is just a kiosk, so we have a commissary.
The cafe opens as early as 7 a.m. and closes at 10 p.m. They refrained from making it a 24-hour store in deference to the families of patients in the area.
The good feedback that we get from the clients is that we offer good coffee, an artisan, it's not commercialized, and yet our prices are cheaper than the mainstream coffee.
Despite the presence of some big players in the area, this cafe is doing amazingly well. Here's Dr. Munoz with one of his favorites.
So if you happen to drop by here, try our healer's potions. This is one of my personal favorite. This is the elixir of enigma. It contains espresso, hazelnut, white choco, and milk. Among the other potions, we have other also coffee that has sesame seeds, cardamom, nutmeg. And our new addition to the potion is the Aztec potion. We can also try. It has cayenne pepper. It also has paprika and honey. So please do try it.
And what goes best with your coffee? Try the New York cheesecake or its sister, the raspberry cheesecake. Or try the Cerveza Negra dark chocolate cake or their ensaimada. Their ice cream comes in different flavors as well, and they have affogato, brownie a la mode, and sandwiches made fresh daily.
You know, there are so many coffee shops. There are so many brands of coffee, and if you want to have coffee, a really good coffee, in the company of cardiologists, I think that's what we have here. You can come here, Soma, the 3rd floor of the medical city here in Ortigas, and it's a nice place, and it's very casual, and very you feel at home, you know? And the choices that you have here are quite varied, and I would not necessarily say healthy because of course some of them are really loaded with calories, but our coffee is really good.
Well, there you have it, another unique experience that we're having right here at Places here at Soma at the 3rd floor of the Medical City Hospital in Ortigas. And what makes this place truly unique is that the owners are cardiologists who are experts of the heart, and their love for coffee has brought them together to come up with a truly artisanal experience, which I'm sure you can't wait to try out yourself. So why don't you drop by very soon? So this has been Damon Sayak. Thank you for watching Places here on your longest business and lifestyle TV magazine show, Business and Leisure.